What's up, guys? I'm here to kind of preview and go over and give you some of my advice on this Week 16 slate for the NFL DraftKings. Um, I've had success in the past few weeks. I know I haven't been making videos. I think I made one back Week 10 or something. But yeah, one of my lineups really smashed last week. I had Gurley and Bell, and I stacked them with Eli and Shepard. So those of you who got beat by them last week, I was one of those teams that had a lot of lineups like that. And you're seeing the way I have this lineup constructed, it's kind of a similar pattern as to my recent winning formula. It boils down to now at like this time of the year, you play the studs, man. You play the people that you like, the people that you know that they're gonna come out and 3 times value. Like you need that. And let me dive into it. I mean, I have Mitchell Trubisky as quarterback here. Hold on one second. And by all means, he's not good. Like he had a good game last game. 314, 1 touchdown against the Lions, the 3 interceptions, whatever, -3 points. But at this price, at 47, if he gets you like 10 to 15 points, that's really all I'm looking for. Like my expectations for him aren't like past 10 to 15 points. But if he can get me 10 to 15 points, which I think is likely, as you see, like almost that's where he's been at all year. Besides that game at Philly, which is tough. And, he had 4 versus Carolina. But they go up against the Browns here. Browns are really like terrible. I mean, they've been playing more competitively, but maybe Trubisky rises to the occasion. They want him reps. They want to see what he is. But I'll get to the strategy as to why I'm playing Trubisky. As you look, I'm putting in Elliott and Kamara. Now, Elliott, I feel like is going to be a popular play, but you kind of ride the chalk. You know he's going to beast out, and I wouldn't fade him. I mean, there's a lot of strong other guys, but I'm going to roll with Elliott. I'm rolling with Zeke. Zeke could touch the ball 30 times. He's a great player. Such a good talent. He wants to play. He's ready to play. Dallas is going to make a push. This is going to be a high-scoring game. I have other lineups with Wilson. I like Wilson a lot. Baldwin might go off this week. I mean, that's going to be a high-scoring game. Give me some Ezekiel Elliott and that. And Kamara, I don't know. This stretch right here of 32, 27, 25, 39, and 29 points from weeks 9 to 13. And it's funny because I was on Kamara right when they traded Peterson. So when he had gotten that 13, I was riding him and I was playing him cheap all the way up until like week 8, and then I figured, okay, he's up to 6K now. I don't think I should play him against Tampa. And literally, I haven't played Kamara since. And he has done all that. And I've been sitting back and watching this man go off. I know he's a talent. He got hurt against the Falcons. He still had 5 points on that one drive. So you know that this man, he's just made the Pro Bowl. Maybe I see this being a high-scoring game too. I want some of Kamara. Now, as for receivers, let me just go through my other studs here. So you didn't think I would have Todd Gurley and Kelsey down here, but I do. Now, the thing is, Kelsey's got the best matchup against tight ends. They're really playing for something now. The Chiefs, after they made Andy Reid not call plays, And you see here, I think Kelsey's due for a nice little 20-point game here. He hasn't had one in 2 weeks. He hasn't scored in 2 weeks. I think that changes. I think he gets in the end. I think he's a safe bet at 6,900. You could fit him in there. And Todd Gurley, the matchup proof. He's expensive, but I think that he is a sneaky GPP tournament play here because they're gonna see like Elliott and they're gonna see your Kamara and your Hunt and all these other popular plays, and they're gonna take them, and then they're not gonna want to invest too much with match stacking with Gurley. I'm stacking 3 of them. I don't even need to talk about Gurley. He's just a friggin' stud. And this is the kind of game script that you don't expect them to be battling with Tennessee all the way throughout. Although they are in Tennessee, so we'll see how it plays out. But there is no game script that Todd Gurley won't be a massive part in. So you kind of take the points and run with that. Now the way this lineup is built, Kamara, Elliott, Kelsey, and Gurley. I got 4 studs in this lineup. I'm expecting 100 points. At bare minimum, I'm expecting 100 points. I think that's not out of the question. Now, this is huge when I consider building this lineup because you get 100 points from those guys. And then you figure to cash out in a bunch of leagues, if you use a lineup base like this, you'd need about 180, I guess you could safe to say will win you some money. 180, 185. So that means I would need 85 points from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots. 85 points from 5 spots. So I like the stack of Trubinsky and Kendall Wright to get me at least 20 points. Combined, I'm saying. And that's not saying Trubinsky has the upside. I mean, he could go more. They could combine more than 20, but I'm not setting it too high. That's realistic if you ask me. In a good matchup, Kendall Wright has had 15, 23, 7 catches, 10 catches. I think they're starting to figure out here that Kendall Wright is their best receiver. They are using him how he could thrive. And he's pretty cheap, so I like that as a sneaky play. And you stack him with Trubinsky. That could be a sneaky stack, especially the way my lineup is built. I don't need them to do too much, but I need them to stack on each other to get me some viable points. So let's say, I'm expecting 20 from those two. A 30 would be a home run. You figure 20 and 10 from either or. If that happens, you bump up this lineup to 130 with a defense and 3 receivers. You got 130. Now, that's 50 points between them. It's a stretch, man, but if you hit on one of these receivers and your defense shows out, you're going to win some money. And this is what's been working for me lately the last couple of weeks on DraftKings. The possibilities are endless. And who's to say these 4 studs of Elliott, Kamara, Kelsey, and Gurley don't go over 100? I'm just kind of giving you a base of this lineup. It has serious potential to explode, but it kind of has a ceiling too, I guess. It isn't bad, but I mean they're weird with this kind of game set, 7,000 people. You're not really it's kind of in between tournament and cash, so I think there needs to be somewhat of a balance. So this is why I constructed the lineup for this specific game I'm going to be playing this week. And single entry is huge. You don't have people playing different combinations. So these are the type of games that I've been playing and winning good money in. So talk about the Panthers D. I mean, this could be a shootout, but I like Winston, and I like a defense against Winston. If Winston is back playing catch up and the Panthers are getting a little bit more healthier, as you see there, 17, the 12, the 10, the 16, 13, that's really appealing to me. Like I said, if they reach the floor at 10, they go along with Trubinsky and the Kendall Wright, that's a 40 points that I wasn't accounting for after the 100. So that puts me at 140 with Goodwin and Trent Taylor. Now, if I hit with one of these picks, one of them goes off. So if Goodwin or Trent Taylor has like a 20-point week, I'm going to win like probably $1,000 at least in this game setting. Which, yeah, I mean, my odds aren't great, but if you take a deeper dive into it, I think it's pronounced Godwin, actually, not Goodwin. But, yeah, he kind of threw up an egg in that game versus the Falcons. But if you like look into it, they're going to be down. Jameis is going to be throwing. Deshaun Jackson might not go. And he would step in as that number 2 receiver. As you see, Evans is going to get kind of like double cover. They know they need to stop Evans. You see, he started against the Jets and had 11. I mean, if he scores in that game, he had 10 targets. If he scores in that game, that's your 20 points right there. And that could be the difference between $1,000 or not. But regardless, the flooring is pretty, what I put in $12 in this game. So I'll probably win that back at the bare minimum. But like I said, you're hoping for Goodwin or Taylor. I mean, it's only Wednesday. So I'll take a deeper look into guys that around 3K that could produce. But Trent Taylor versus the Jaguars is interesting because you can't really throw the sticks on the outside with Boye and Ramsey. So you want to kind of attack them in the middle. That's where Trent Taylor kind of thrives. And he's been picking it up with Garoppolo a little bit, as you see the targets here. Pretty, the 5 and 6. At this price, you kind of want that. But like I said, that could go up because you figure 49ers are playing keep up in this game, and they're not going to be able to throw to the outside. So they're going to have to throw to somebody. So I like that. It's sneaky. I mean, if you have any other questions, ask me about it. And this is just one way that I'm going to build a lineup. You see, I got stud heavy. It's so stud heavy. And it could easily, you could easily see Trubinsky give up, he could put up 5 points. And Godwin can give me 0. And Kendall Wright could get me 8. And this lineup could, with my studs carrying it probably has a floor of 120 maybe. Or but that's, I don't expect to do anything with that, but I like the chances, and that's how I constructed this for this specific league. We'll see how it turns out. Thank you for watching. You could like and subscribe.